Hello everyone. Good morning. It's early for me, but I'm here and I'm ready to cast. And we're going to be getting in our first game momentarily. Missed the draft, so we're going to be in an AP remake. So we'll see what kind of teams these teams ended up with. Hopefully something sweet. We'll pause the music because we're good to go. Alright, nothing too crazy it looks like coming out here from either team. You can see at the top they don't actually show up in the boxes for these AP remakes until like right before the match is going to start in 20-ish seconds. But then we can go over the players, we can go over the heroes. It's going to be, well, they're listed as EULS on the tournament website, as well as sin.na, I believe. I guess I don't really know who's on which side, since nobody's running tags.
Prepare for battle.
But we're ready to go here, so we'll have the dire side. I believe is EULS. We're going to have Elemental, alright. Extra ME in there. Playing Clockwork Goblin, Steezy, going to be on the Gyrocopter. Mune King on the Shadow Demon, A Moment Forever on the Leshrac, and that leaves Penguin to be playing the Lifestealer. Had a quick pause, looks like they're ready to go right away. Meantime, for the rain side, we have DHFM playing the Templar Assassin, Seppuku. Playing the Razor, Eiling on the Bane Elemental. Silvos on the Keeper Light, and that leaves Speed to be playing the Warlock. The whole Re side heading up to their off lane at the moment. Looks like they're going to be running some sort of aggressive tri-lane here. At the very least to start it off. We'll see how they end up laning, if they're going to send Warlock down to the safe lane or send him towards the mid lane. Smoke being used now. So pretty aggressive play coming out from them to start things off. And they're not going to really find anybody out. Unfortunately for them, this will not succeed. Elemental hanging out far behind the tower. Looks like an aggressive tri-lane is coming out from the dire side as well. We saw, of course, the Lifestealer with the two supports heading down there just moments ago, and their mid lane going to be Gyrocopter, which leaves that, of course, that Clockwork in the safe lane. The rest of the lanes have moved around now as well, so it does look like Warlock will be in the mid lane, and then safe lane, Templar Assassin. Templar not going to have a great time right now, at least not to start, as it's going to end up being against the offensive tri-lane coming out from the Dire squad. Definitely not the ideal. They were running this, yeah, they're pinging him already. They were running this aggressive tri-lane, playing to contest farm. The Dire squad, they were running theirs tri-lane in the off lane as well. That's not what Templar wants to see. Looks like they're going for a backstab on Steezy. Already start off, the pings are there. They're pinging on it from the allies. Clockwork's like, nobody's here. You should be careful. And he will be careful. Going to be able to get back as these supports continue to move down to the bottom lane. Meantime, Templar had some trouble. Whew, 14 HP. One auto attack away, but going to be able to get out. And there's a regen rune there. Spotted out by the Keeper Light. Probably going to save it for the TA. See if a support buys her a TP scroll so she can get up to the top lane. But the supports are on the way. Everyone's going to have to rotate back from this dire tri-lane, at least for a moment. They're going to have this ward out here. Sentry ward is dropped by Silvos. Will lead to that being countered. But A Moment Forever knows that the regen rune's there. Going to pick it up and immediately get hit by the Illuminate. So good timing there from Silvos. Pretty much negates that completely. He wastes the mana, as well as losing some health. And Lifestealer rotates to the top lane to continue fighting against the Templars. We'll see if the supports end up there as well. Lines being drawn as the supports are smoked up from the Dire squad, heading towards the middle lane. Looks like they want to go for a backstab on Speed, and if they get behind him, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Speed not playing really one of those heroes that is resilient when it comes to ganks. Disruption going to be a little late so that the homing missile doesn't land, but enough damage between the three heroes. They get first blood. Speed does go down in that middle lane. Haystrom going to be spotted in top lane. See if Mean King takes it.
Radiant structures.
Bottle is up on Gyro, but he just wants to prioritize the farming. He's only lost one charge anyways. Heal this man up. Whatever, wants the money while there's no one around to really contest it. Can't really blame him for that. And the sports continuing to move up towards that top lane. And it looks like Templar Assassin might be in some trouble. That last point of poison. And another kill going the way of the Dire with these sports just roaming around. They know they're missing. They probably should have assumed at the very least. They're heading towards that top lane. From the mid, following the lifesteal around. Not going to head back bottom and try and set up anything with the clockwork. Against that tri-lane, they end up, best case scenario, in a 3-3 situation. Whereas they can just move top, move mid, get these solo kills. Kind of work going on the pull, so the sports will be able to start pulling. We'll see how much time they really expend going into these pulls. If they're going to sit here, try and pull as much as possible, or they're just going to smoke up again. It's really what I kind of expected to see when you have, particularly these two supports, or maybe if you have Alina as well. There's going to be Ailing, and he's disrupted up. Soul Catcher and Split Earth. Ailing not going to be able to really go anywhere here, it doesn't look like. Might need another point of Shadow Poison, or just pop it. There we go. Moonkeep gets it. Another kill going the way of the Dire squad. That's 2-0-1 on this Shadow Demon. Just doing all the work right now, even with Leshrek asleep. Anytime we check farm, we see that the carries from the Dire squad are both doing pretty well. Both the Gyrocopter and the Nakes currently leading in those farm boards. TA doing pretty decently, all things considered, as well in the mid lane. Looks like TA has, or bottom lane now. TA wasn't top lane, he's moved around a lot. Elemental gonna push TA back in, gets hit by a couple cogs there, loses basically all of her mana. Not exactly what you want. In the meantime, there's a fight going on in the top lane. They end up trading Bane for Razor. Or Shadow Demon for Razor, rather. Excuse me. Not the trade the Radiant really wants to be taking, I don't think. Eiling probably in some trouble as well now. Split Earth is going to land. Penguin coming in. Doesn't have enough mana for the open wounds. And not going to, but fortunately he does have the boots. One last hit. Gonna be it.
Top tower is under attack.
And he goes down. Tried to deny himself to these ogres. Not gonna be able to succeed. Get there in time. And ends up losing his life. So 5-1. Now the kill score in favor of the Dire squad. And it's looking like they're outclassing the Radiant a little bit right now. We're gonna have a pretty good teamfight team. Warlock, of course, not a hero you can really underestimate once you hit that mid game. Gets that rock, Chaotic Offering, able to drop that in teamfights. And those golems can do a lot of damage. They don't have a ton of lockdown, which is kind of relevant. See if that ends up coming back to bite them at all. But the tri-lane is against the tri-lane now in that middle lane. Looks like Warlock taking quite a bit of damage. Probably going to go down here. Speed losing his life in the mid lane. Bottom lane looks like it's going pretty okay for TA. Keep it in Clockwork. Clockwork mostly out for now, but this Gyrocopter is just getting everything in the world. In the mid lane, he's leading on last hits. He's getting kills. And it's not looking good for that Warlock. Those ganks early on, especially with these heroes again. Pretty powerful support pair. Disruption's such a good setup for the Split Earth if you're used to the timing. And Penguin kind of being stopped from lasting a little bit by this tri-lane sitting here. Do have quite a bit of nuke damage as well as the battery in the form of the Keeper Light. Just keep going. Gonna kill this ward. They want to be able to move around those supports if at all possible. Penguin hanging back in the lane trying to get last hits. While that's going on, so Gyrocopter hitting bottom for Rune. It's going to be a double damage. Not clear if he's going to be able to actually set up any sort of gank with that. Taking some harass from the Fatal Bonds as well while this is going on. Looks like they're going to be stacking in the jungle here a little bit. Not convinced they could really take that fight in the 3v3 lane. So, gonna utilize their time in other ways. Get some stacks going off in this jungle. Gonna succeed on both. So, supports look like they're playing pretty solid this game. Moving around. Pink code on Clockwork that Templar's really low. Looks like they were traded blows once again in this bottom lane. But neither has any sort of regen, and if anyone moves down here, Templar's probably dead. And it looks like the supports are ready to do just that. Another smoke being used by them. They've gone through quite a few this game. This lifestealer, and looks like he's safe in the top lane. Kind of surprised they're not trying to do anything, and TA.
Radiant's middle tower is
The
under
pink spot TA is just gonna die.
can kill you.
Another kill, 7-1 now the kill score, and they know the supports aren't there, so they're gonna go on the lifestealer. Razor starting to steal that damage, but Penguin just gonna keep walking away. It's not gonna be able to really do anything. I was confused about seeing their lineup. They have really no lockdown at all. They have the 1 second stun from Warlock ult, and then like Bane ult. Sleep, not really a good lockdown, since if you could use it as setup for something else, it's not going to do much beyond that. And here we go, Warlock. Caught. Probably completely unnecessary call down, but Steezy just made sure he won that kill. So another kill going his way. 8-1 now that kill score. We can look at the board. 3-0 for the Gyro, 2-0-1 for the Lifestealer. Not the position they want to be in. Not getting burned by DHF, and then that time Elemental going to accidentally blow the wrong trap there. Top lane looks like they're getting a little bit of a slap fight. Seppuku not really winning it though, and needs to be careful. Alright, Lake's just gonna get solo kills. The supports are there, just not really doing anything, and they're gonna lose their lives as a result. Bottom lane, it looks like Clockwork will die. Just missed it.
Mystery is how you lasted so
So
long.
Templar did get in a fight with him. Managed to close that gap, get in position, and take him out. Definitely not going particularly well for the Radiant side, though. We can look at net worth and see that the carries are basically doubling anyone. On the Radiant side, Razor sitting at about 1,800, and we have like
Dire's
3,600
bottom tower is under attack.
on the Nakes. And that's not even looking at the Gyrocopter, who's gotten complete free farm as well as 3 kills in that middle lane. Sitting at 4,200 net worth. We can see that demonstrated in the scoreboards as well. If we take these charts, 5K the experience lead, and gold sitting above 4K. That's a pretty big lead 10 minutes into the game. An extra 500 experience per minute is not really what you want to be seeing heading into these games, and it looks like Shadowblade going to actually be the pickup from Gyrocopter. I'm not sure he needed to go so aggressive. It does allow them, of course, to push this advantage as much as possible. But with how well he's doing, he probably could have hedged a little bit towards late game. But at the same time,
Denied.
you look at the Raids lineup, their late game isn't particularly strong. Razor, not known as a super hard carry. DHFM going to get caught in cogs with Elemental. Tried to not catch any of these creeps, and DHFM looks like he's going to lose his life.
The temple.
What?
Undefended. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Stay out of my sight!
Looks like Steezy doing some damage to speed, and that's going to be his death as well. In the meantime, Lifestealer getting kills up in the top lane. On Razor once again, Keeper Light going to be able to just port out. But kills taking place all over the map. We see a little bit of a fight back coming here from the Golem that was dropped by Warlock, but it's kind of just wasted. Again, they don't have anything to stop people from just walking away, and it looks like Steezy was thinking about maybe trying to farm it up. Let's throw out a Rocket Barrage. Not going to commit to it, though. And the Warlock Golem just going to regen it all. So, yep, there gets it that time with that Rocket Barrage. Free 100 gold for Steezy. And really, not sure why Warlock just left it there to be farmed. Not sure. But 13-2 now the kill score, and it looks like it's just falling farther and farther out of their reach for this Radiant squad. moving around, trying to get something done with these supports on the dire side. They're drawing circles. I think they want to pull again. A little bit late to that party. I don't think they're going to want to wait around for 40 seconds to really just pull when they could be doing something else, moving around on the map. Keeping these Radiant heroes on the back foot. None of the cores were really able to farm except for Templar Assassin. It was getting pretty decent farm as it is against Solo Clockwork. Occasionally she's getting killed. And that's mostly because those ganks came off. She got put behind a little bit in terms of levels. When it comes to just farming, she's in a pretty good position. Hits a lot harder, and of course has at least a little bit of range, which is relevant. Appear to be setting up a push in this bottom lane. Clockwork not really in a position to go in. He's at half HP. He's going to pop the cogs and the barriers, so he'll just be able to get away. The Split Earth is going to hit on DHFM. He's taking a lot of damage, getting pushed once again. The refraction's down, back up. Elemental's still alive, and he's going to go down. Now Meme King, it looks like he's asleep. Might be in trouble as well. Spooko taking some damage from the tower. No one breaking it from him. The tower very low on HP. Here comes the Glyph. He needs to be careful. The Rocket Barrage is there from Sneezy. Gonna be able to get that kill. Throws the homing missile at Ailing, and he's gonna be forced to run away. And that should be the deny on this tower. Quick and easy. So, a couple more kills going the way of the Dire Squad. And they're gonna be able to just back off now, completely unscathed.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top
Warlock
tower
is down
under
here,
attack.
has his ult back up, not really doing anything. It looks like they're porting up top, going for a gank on Lifesteal. He's using that Tango, actually, to heal up while he's running through trees, cutting his way. And no one's going to be able to really get there in time. And even if they did, these heroes, not really going to be able to do much about it. Razor, best case scenario, he could just kind of walk next to him. He's not as fast. Nyx does have those phase boots up. While the Razor is sitting on basic boots and has chosen to level his other two skills, so doesn't even have the passive move speed from that. Steezy in the mid lane. Gonna pop that Rocket Barrage. It looks like that's going to be it for Bane. And a moment forever on the left track. Finishes off that tower. Just pops Edict and runs into it. Illusions from Gyrocopter gonna get killed off very quickly there, but he's sitting around with this Shadow Blade, and it doesn't look like anyone on the Radiant side even has vision. Some dust gets bought by Razor now. Kind of a band-aid effect considering he's already gotten a kill, and they're diving near the tier 2, catching up people out. No? Sun's not gone? Shadowblade now, moving. Hugs TC just move around. Looks like they want to go for a gank on him. They're pinging on him as well. They have the dust. They're hoping they can set up this kill, but he's just gonna back off.
Unstoppable.
In the meantime, they're just getting kills in the bottom lane. Top lane? Whoa, Penguin, buddy. Getting kills on anyone. Templar Assassin dying to solo Nyx. Not really what I expect to see on the map. The Nyx is quite farmed, but he shouldn't really have a way to actually kill the TA. Unless she's just kind of playing way too aggressively when she doesn't need to be. So not sure what's going on with that, why they're thinking. They're not really playing from behind. Maybe the team isn't used to playing from behind. Maybe they're more used to winning in this laning phase, but it's not going well for them this game. And of course they're quite behind at this point, 19-3. Now the kill score. That rocket flare from Clockwork, going to see that there's rotation coming in. It looks like they're going to just back off, killing off this creep now. They know there are 3 heroes here, at least 3. And with Steezy killing off this creep wave, shows that there's a 4th. Everybody but Nyx, who is continuing to sit in the top lane and just split push because no one is stopping him. He's just going to be allowed to sit up there and split push all day. He looks like he's happy to do it, going for an Orchid. Not too far off at this point either. Can't afford a second Oblivion staff if he wants to walk over there. Still going to come off at DHFM. Rocket barrage there as well. The rock is going to be dropped, but immediately gets killed by Brown? Oh, the Purge. Divine Purge, of course, just killing it off. Where'd Clockwork go? Looks like the first one to go down is finally going to be the Razor. Clockwork going to drop Cogs in. It looks like they're going to back off.
Radiant's top tower
I'm not ready
is
to
under
go in
attack.
these 5v4 fights, at least not for the moment. Steezy going back in now, though. Pops the regen rune as well as the Shadow Blade. Checking in
Radiant's top
case
tower
anyone
has
came
fallen.
forward. Just trying to scout out. And Sepku gonna just call GG. 23 kill score, and they're not really making ground anywhere, losing 5v4 fights now as well. And the Nakes is pretty much the most farmed hero. And in fact, is the most farmed hero. He's not even in these fights and they're out of them. So they're going to give it up, and we can move on to the next game. Just give it a second so all the players can disconnect. We can take a quick look at the scoreboard. For anyone who's watching and likes to see those kinds of stats. My name's Kanaz. I didn't really introduce myself to start the cast. It's early, not thinking about it. I appreciate everyone coming, hanging out, watching these games with me.
Radiant's bottom
Hope
tower
that
is
it
under
is
attack.
looking good for you. We have a lot of games in store for today. Of course, you can
Radiant's
check out
bottom tower has
adroids.net
fallen.
if you want to see what's going on with the tournament, what's going on with the group. There's a link to the bracket on the website as well. And they're going to go for a gank on DHFM here. One of the two players that's still in the game. Elemental taking a lot of damage, but not going to be enough to really kill him off. And he can afford to be this aggressive.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
tower's
is
going to hit
under
me, whatever.
attack.
I think that's easy. Just pour it out, we'll get out of there. We'll be fine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now just gotta wait for the TA to disconnect so we can go here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Really, just not gonna disconnect. It's gonna be one of those games. There we go. Just wait till she respawned. Alright. Cool, so about 10 seconds. We'll get to see the scoreboard for you guys, and then we'll go figure out what we're doing for the next game. See who we can catch into.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
In the meantime, the Dire Squad gonna try and get as much money as possible. Kill all the towers
Radiant's middle
and get all the
tower is
gold.
under attack.
Not probably going to be. There we go.
Victory.
So if their squad takes it, I think it's EULS. Though it is hard for me to say. But we'll be back momentarily while we wait for this next game to come on. Thanks for coming, guys, and stick around.